sure the club follows Toastmasters. I said I've seen some bad mentors. Find someone who you know personally knows the Toastmasters protocols. For example, shaking hands. For example, it's a lectern, not a podium.
You do not turn over
the meeting to.
turn over the lectern.
You do not, you turn over pancakes.
Right. You turn over the meeting.
Relinquish control.
Little things. For example, the general evaluator is supposed to evaluate the evaluators. And the table topic speakers. I sat at the club and this guy did nothing. He sat there the whole time and I'm shaking in my boots saying, say something. The club mentor should ideally speak at the end of the meeting. You have the club, the general evaluator. At the end of the meeting, the club mentor, in my experience, now gets up and says, great job everybody. Now here's just a few little things you need to be aware of. They love that. I told them before I started, don't anybody flatten my tires. This is talk of the town. They came after me and said, no, we want this information. And they were hungry for what do we need to really polish this diamond. And I got down to table topics. Ask the question, then pick the person.
Yes.
Don't ask for a volunteer. You'll sit there forever.
And don't call them up front.
Don't call them up front.
What is the table topic?
Impromptu.
If you allow them to walk up front after you've asked the question, you've now given them time to think.
No, I disagree with that. 100%. 100%. Sorry, but I disagree with that. That gives them time. You're right to think. There's nothing wrong with that. They're more prepared when they get in front. Then they can see the timing lights from the front of the room. I've been in meetings with the timing lights have been over here, and the person's talking, they can't see the lights. When they come to the front of the room, the lectern should be occupied by whoever is speaking. And if it's a table topic speaker, in my opinion, they should be at the lectern. Madam Table Topics Master, and then go back to their seat. Thoughts? This is the time to discuss it. I'm not dismissing what you
I
said.
have clubs that do it both ways.
That's where the mentor comes in.
Well, if you think about it, what you want to do is have that speaker scared out of their pajeebs, brought into a comfortable situation. This is how it's done. It's done from the lectern. And so what if they get a couple seconds to think about it, or 5 seconds? It's getting in front of people and being comfortable in front of people. Because you've been in a lot of meetings somewhere in the universe where you're sitting in an office and that and around the table and you can throw something out there and you're in your safe zone. But when you're out front, you're out front.
That's your first chance to be out front.
And it's interesting. You can see
You can see both sides.
both sides because like I have 2 established clubs that are very much you stand at your seat and you do it. Then I've got 2 new clubs who are, oh no, we need to do the formal protocol, we need to shake hands, we need to do this, we need to do that. So again, it comes back to what does the club want to do? But as a new club, teach them the formal way, and then they can change it.
That's really the best answer. Because that's the mentor should know the formal way. The formal way.
And that's where it gets scary. Because when you're picking a mentor, and I'm stepping on your toes already, I know.
Just speak, smash.
When you're picking a mentor, make sure they got a clue.
Make sure they got a clue.
Do not pick somebody who's done 2 speeches as the mentor.
We're going to be talking about that.
Okay.
I know, that's why I said I was
I
stepping on your
just
toes.
visited a new club in North Raleigh, one that I sponsored, just to see how they were doing. And it had 2 lovely mentors. And as I watched the meeting, oh my God. I said, you guys going to speak at the end? No, we send an email at the end of the meeting telling us an email. So before the first, I said, excuse me, may I just say something in the meeting? I'd like to meet Sharon. May I say something? I came front, did my spiel about you should be doing compliment first, you should be doing this, and this. And everybody's taking notes. And then one of them said, we should do this at every meeting. Have the mentor tell us so we can all hear at the same time. Because the things I was pointing out, the mentors had sent in an email and nobody was reading the email.
Of course not.
This point is completely valid, and I'm sure that Glenda, you've got to get somebody who knows what they're doing, because that sets the stage. And you're right, if they decide to do something differently afterwards, it's on them. But the mentor has to set it right. That's my point here. And you can have up to 2 mentors when you charter a club, and they have to stay there for 6 months. Ideally, be there every meeting for 6 months, giving their appointed thing in, because they get a sign off at the end of 6 months by the club president, who's usually lost a sheep. You get another one, and then signs it, and they get their next.
And after the 6 months is over, you do not get another mentor.
No. The mentor was useless, and I sat there, oh my God, they don't do anything right, but that's okay, they're happy. Sponsor, you're gonna talk sponsor.
She's gonna talk sponsor.
I'm sponsor and mentor.
She's getting
Oh,
both.
sponsor and mentor. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're coach.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I get the touch.
Linda, I love $125. Some sponsors will say, I'll pay the $125 to get the club started. The sponsor is front end, the mentor is back end, so to speak. So the sponsor is the one who makes sure if nobody's gonna pay the $125, they can help out. There's different ways of paying that $125. The club can all chip in for the $125. I like to say if I'm a sponsor, I'm paying the $125. Or sharing it with another person who's gonna co-sponsor. You can have two sponsors on that paperwork. Phoenix and I co-sponsored Hillsborough Toastmasters, and we each paid half, and that works. Front end, and the sponsor gets credit when the club charters. Does that mean the sponsor didn't walk away? Ideally, the sponsor should still be involved, just to show, I love your club, and there we are. So that's all I'm gonna say for sponsors right now. Okay. Now, let's look at the paperwork. In your handouts here, let's go through each piece of this paperwork. Because you guys remember Doug Strong, guy died?
Yep.
This man, I said, Sharon, I sent the paperwork, go to charter, yay! And months and months and months and months and months passed. He sent it with 17 members. How many people did he have to start a club? 20. He sent it with 17. Let's make sure this paperwork is right. First of all, the application to organize. Form 1. There's 6 forms in that package. And that book that Glenda mentioned, it has all the forms in there. Is that book still current? Because
Last time I checked it was, yes.
And there is a hard and soft copy
Yes.
available.
Okay, excellent. So let's just very quickly go through this. We talked about the club can have 2 sponsors, 2 mentors. This is all what's listed on Form 1. This is what's listed. You know your district. The division might not be chosen, but it probably will be. The area might not be chosen. That's up to you, Ramona, and perhaps whoever needs to. God knows everything about the state. What area should it be? What area should it be? That might not be on that part of that time. Ideally, it doesn't have to be, but it's nice if you have some idea what that should be. And then that allows the club, let's say they're not ready to charter yet. This allows them to get into find a club. If somebody's trying to find a club, right now Kevin Snyder is trying to start a dance club. Because he sent in the 125, if somebody just find a club, it pops up on the Toastmasters database. And I just had a call last week when I was visiting PMI. Well, Miss, I want to go to more advanced. I said, get this one. They're trying to get the clubs chartered because he sent in the 125. That's what Form 1 does, which you can send in by itself. Also, if you have already, that includes the charter fee, 125, club number, as I just mentioned, and adds to prospective club list. $20 is listed there, 6 months, $45 per person, listed in terms of what does that dollar amount come to. Form 2, now here's what is so unusual.
Can you do that? Go back to Form 1 again for a second?
Sure.
When you're talking about the 6 months dues, if you are close to the time of dues renewal,
Right.
and somebody's chartering the month before dues renew, go ahead and get the extra month.
Get
Or you
the
get
extra
just
money.
2 months.
And I talked about that as well, you're right.
Thank you.
But the club said, wait a minute, we paid our dues for 6 months. Yeah, but now Toastmasters is either September, it's October or it's April, it's our new dues period. But, well, we gotta have, you're right, they gotta get into the cycle, of the Toastmasters dues cycle. And if they're 1 month from that cycle, pay the extra $7.50 per person, so now they're right on target with our dues schedule.
Because otherwise,
You're done.
Toastmasters will suspend
Suspend the
them
club. Yeah.
if they don't pay the extra.
And you will end up chasing those.
We
Yes.
paid you. Yeah, but the dues cycle just started a month after yours ended. What? Pay the extra money to
And even if it's 2 months, and the other thing I would say on that is, any clubs you charter right now, definitely collect September's dues. That's, you're working on a trifecta. This would be one payment for $750. You could go ahead and collect the 45. That's another 6 months, that's your second payment, and then you have April dues. You've now got triple payment, so you've got the trifecta.
Really cool.
So make sure that anybody that charges this month.
That's one of the most complicated parts. the
Yes,
way
it is.
Are they, where they in terms of our dues cycle? All right. Now, Form 2 lists all the information, how many people are joining, how much everybody paid, blah, blah, blah. And then Form 3 is where actually everybody fills out their paperwork. In a perfect world, 3 would be before 2, because 2 is a compilation of everything that's on 3. It's really weird, but just know, in other words, this is the total. Toastmasters wants to know how much money is going to be in this package. That's all right here. But this is where each person, 3, fills out their form, and we talk about Form 3 separately. But that seems kind of confusing. And some people, how can I have this information if I haven't gotten to 3 yet? But 3, okay. Everybody has to fill in their charter membership application. And here's what's new since I was in charge of 2010. It's called the renewals, and that's what you're talking about. This is new on the form. I did not know this is on this form. This means you've chartered, but you're not in tune with the cycle for Toastmasters dues. You want to pay something extra? It goes on here, and how much extra are you paying? So then what they're saying is, we're August. When the new one starts? No, it's September. So the new one starts in October. If everybody pays an additional $750, is that right? Then you're caught with the cycle. That would go on this form now under renewals. I did not know about that until I put this together. And this is new. I had an old form, this was not on there. Now this is number 3, which I'm hoping is in that book that you're talking about, but I think it's not, because Ellen was showing me that book and it wasn't there.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Good, okay. Application must be signed by the applicant, and there's a page 2 on the back of this. Page 2, the club officer has to sign. Applicant signature, club officer signature. Verification of club officer. Make sure, those 2 signatures, and I said Dutch Strong, some of those weren't signed. If they're not signed, everything goes into limbo. So make sure the member signs and the officer, the club officer signs. Doesn't have to be the treasurer, it seems to be club officer, right?
Yeah.
It just says club
Any
officer
club
signature.
officer.
Any club officer can sign. This means this is a legitimate application. That's Form 3. That's the big one, the big pack. 4, just the club officer, who's your secretary, who's your president. You gotta have at least four officers, and that goes on Form 4. I think it's president, deputy treasurer, secretary, and VPEs, I think, or VP.
1 VP.
1 VP. Oh, 1 VP, thank you, 1 VP.
It was updated in May 2018, and it has the renewals on it.
Yay, thank you, Glenda, good. All right. 5 is when you're gonna meet and what day of the, where the location, all that kind of stuff. And 6A, this is the one that they, what in the heck is this? No, 6B, 6B has more. It just goes into Constitution for clubs, just bylaws, just look at it. Everything has to be addressed, there's no blank lines. This is the one that throws people off. I got 2 pages on this one, and this one. This is the one people say, I don't understand what this means. What's an honorary individual? What do I put? This is where the complications come in. What? I am an honorary member of a club, but I didn't know it was called the North Carolina Project Management Institute. They sent me a letter that said, you are now a Toastmaster in this club for 2 years. That means I don't pay any dues there, but I'm honored. They want to honor me by having me a member of their club. That's on that form. Usually you put NA. There's no honorary members of new clubs. That's always an NA. Everything has to be filled out. Leave no blanks. Club name, how many people, blah, blah, blah. All these little details have to be filled out. This is the one that can make you want to kill yourself. There's so much information on here that it seems pretty obvious. If a person joins you, what is the club fee? What is the club fee? The club dues right here. $5, $2, $6.50. That has to be in there. All this information is how the club wants to do it. Now, ideally, if the club hasn't, if the leaders haven't had a meeting yet to decide what's our club name, we're going to meet, blah, 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 it's kind of hard to fill this out, but it has to be filled in when you send in the paperwork. Transfer fee. If somebody comes to your club from another club, are you going to charge a transfer fee? You can say no, and that's NA, or yeah, we're going to charge them $8 to come to our club. Understand all this, and this is what Ramona, Damon, me, this is what we're here for. When they, and our experts as well, when we're going through their stuff, what does this mean? And I say one of us should be sitting with them when they fill out this paperwork. If not, something's going to be missed, they send it in, it comes back. This is, it's minutia, but it has to be filled out. You never leave a blank line on 6B, or it'll come back.
Sharon, Ken's got something.
Ken?
Just a trivia pursuit question.
Yes.
Club fees, they vary a little bit from club to club.
Of course.
I guess my question is there a magic number that works out fairly well most of the time? And my experience is I'd like to keep away of like $2.87 or $2.75 or $2.50 or like it's $3 or.
There's no magic number. Some clubs have to speak up, pay for your location, as you know, for speak up.
Yeah.
Some people want to bring in food because it's at night and everybody's tired from working. There's so many obstacles, or there's so many options, I should say. There's no set way to figure out what we need. And some people just say we just want to have trophies. We want to have enough for trophies and ribbons.
But when a club first starts out, day one, they have to have something to start with.
Yep. Well, they don't have to.
A corporate club oftentimes will not have any club dues.
Okay.
Because the company's kicking in X number of dollars a year.
But it takes several $100s to start a club.
Well, that's your
The
125.
125 is in, right? That gets you started.
But it
Okay.
doesn't get you the ribbons and stuff.
Ribbons, forms, files, boxes, tags.
That's why I tell people play it safe and put something in there. It was just $2.
Yeah.
Just so you get your trophies, your certificates, anything. Glenda?
Ours, we charge $15. We pay $60 every 6 months. The reason is the YMCA where we were meeting did not charge us rent. But in July, we moved because they said, we're going to start charging you $100 every month. And we said,
No. Child baby. That's it.
so we had that money set aside to go up in case we needed to pay rent, but we have found a location that we do not have to pay rent. And that's also excess money that we can cater any open house event that we need or whatever.
Absolutely. Now, Bull City had just the opposite. We were charging $5 per, when we were at DeVry or someplace. Now we're at Strayer, we charge us nothing. So we put the bylaw, because the bylaws changing, because if we change anything, you gotta send the bylaws change, that now we don't pay anything extra for club dues. We have enough in our account, just pay $45. Everybody comes in, $45, and that's it.
So what we do with our excess money also is at the YMCA, we paid for 2 kids to go to summer camp.
Ooh, that's
That was our way of giving back because we didn't have to pay rent. Now that we're in a church and like at High Country, they've got an excess and so it's like $200. They pay that back to the church as a donation for the use of the friendship hall, the toilet paper, the lighting and so forth for the year.
I have to interrupt real quick. My battery's running low. Can you change my, can you put this in someplace? It's not showing the quicker. It says your battery is running low.
Okay.
Thank you.